All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota, and you are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network. Today, we just get a very quick, hopefully, um, discussions, but this is not a very important discussion where I want, if you dey join me, I want your perspective on this particular discussion because this actually determines the viability of Sierra Leone. And it's also determine, in some sense, your own future or the future of your people. Now, would I remember in 2007, after Anescoma came to power the first time, after the election, there was a handed over notes where the late Tijan Kaba presented to Anesbai Koroma. And this handing notes talks about how Sierra Leone don't not pay off, but they don't get any external debt. Well, that even is subjective, but the West has forgave Sierra Leone debts, will not get external debts we tied to the Western institutions like IMF, World Bank, and all the other things. Now, if you've been there at that time there, or you've been there follow up, one of the best arguments where the SLPP been gets, then say, um, well, Sierra Leone not get that again. Tijan Kaba don't able for make all the debts have been forgiven, and so will not get debt again, not so. And as Chroma come, okay, we'll start forget debt again from the same institutions. Now, where Anescoma left, with debt was about 1.2, $1.3 billion, give or take. Okay. Now, Sierra Leone debt don't reach $3.1 billion. $3.1 billion. And now that debt they don't consume about 80% of with GDP. 80%. What in this tells you? Well, for people the way they the SLPP side, they will come and minimize the implication here. Then will tell you say afterwards we don't get debt or whatever. Not so. This is gonna happen, okay? And probably I will get them people then they now this particular discussion right now. And I want for make them tell you something, okay? They need for tell we what in they don't take on this because as we all know, um, we be want for make Sierra Leone get a debt free government, but look at this: $3.1 billion. 7.5 years of Madabio, it don't put almost $2 billion of debt. And this actually for 2024. In 2025, probably we would don't put another 400 or plus $1 million on top of the debt. So if we are looking at the trajectory of borrowing, probably by the time when Madabio they left power in 2028, we don't get probably $4 billion plus dollars, which probably is going to be like 90% of GDP. Now, I want, if you watch we, be part of the conversation, please. I want for make you give your opinion on this particular topic. Yes, I know say a lot of people they don't understand the gravity of this because na number. All waiting and see a number. But behind this number, you get the lives of Sierra Leoneans, you get the features of Sierra Leoneans. So, in as much as we they show for say this is just a number, it's more than just a number. It's the life of people in Sierra Leone. It's the progress or deterioration of the country in development. So, be part of the conversation. I will also want for put the link so that if you want for come in and say something, you will able for come in. But not come in right now until I finish me monologue. So now the link that one there. Okay. Now the link that one there. The link only show now. You know, yeah. What happened with Facebook? Facebook. Is Facebook okay? Um, I get this problem last week. Let me put this again. Yeah, I think Facebook link is. Oh, okay. Now it's working. Yeah. So if you want for come in and talk to we about what you think about this, you can come through the link where you see so, or you can put your comment at the comment section of the platform where you watch we from. Now, if the SLPP in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and even 18, they may say, oh, wow, will not be left will not be left no debt in that country. Look how much money we don't borrow. 1.2, 1.1, 1.2 billion dollars. Now, in when I don't put back on top of we debt them. So now we have in 7 years, now the debt can go up to 3.1 billion in 2024. Okay, in 2024. I think say I mean I see the comment now. I think the comment they can now because I see you comment. Mayata Masakwe, I see you comment actually. Maybe now when I refresh and that make you get for refresh. All right. So yes, a lot of people then will say, this is not just a number. It's not just a number. Okay, let me put it here. This is more than just a number. That 3.1, let's say 3.5 right now, because when I check before I come, when I've been a research on this, into 2025, we already don't get between 300 to 400 million on top of the 3.1. So let's take it 3.5 right now. Okay. So this is not just a number. Look, when a country GDP is 80% debt, then how would they go before? How? How? When I tell me about how would they go before? You think, say, with this number, Sierra Leone will ever move forward? No, we are not going to move forward. Either we stagnate and probably we retrogress, we go backward. Okay? So the SLPP folks need to come out and start talk about Sierra Leone instead of always they talk about SLPP. Okay? This is the time because at the end of the day, patriotism is not the effort where you put for defend your political party. That's not patriotism. We call it partisan. Okay. Patriotism is when you get the courage for hold your party within a power accountable for the bad decisions that they make against the people of your country. Now, in them called patriotism. You are a patriot if you get that courage in. I don't know if we will get any SLPP we get that courage there for come out and say, you know what, this is out of proportion. This is really really bad for Sierra Leone. If we GDP, we happen for be maybe 4 or 5. I don't think so we reach 5 billion. It's consumed by 80% debt. So where is our local economy? Huh? Where is our local economy? We don't get economy right now at all. Because if we get a local economy, then we know they consume 80% of we GDP from debt. This is bad. This is really really bad. Okay, so what in this mean? If you divide this by the population, almost each person owe Sierra Leoneans. For the sake of fun, let's just do that. Let's just do that right now. Hold on, let me see if I go able even get the calculator for divide this. Let me just do play with it by phone. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Divided by 8,500,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money. It's about $3,000 each person. Now everybody owe, right? Now everybody owe by 3.6 thousand dollar for each of we. Now in we don't owe right now $3.6 thousand. Imagine that mommy within a village where for try get $1 a day is almost impossible. Now you go tell and say he owe $3.6 thousand. So you see, Usai, I say this is not just a number; it's a disaster for the country. Any country will rely absolutely on debt. That country they're not stable. So Sierra Leone, this now a very very bad thing for we, and I don't know how we go able for um how we go. Let me change the color. Okay, this one is good. Okay, this one is good. Yeah, la put green because I did bad mouth the SLPP, so la put green at the where them come. So you see, each Sierra Leonean, the 3.5 million, what's it, 8.5 million Sierra Leoneans, each one of we owe $3.6 thousand. If right now we say for pay this debt, it's bad, right? It's really, really bad. It's bad. It's really, really, really bad. Well, but let's discuss this. Let's have a very um, sincere conversation. You see, one of the things where I always they look at, hold on. One of the things where I always they look at when we they talk about politics is the blatant disregard for the interests of the country. You they see in the mouth of so many Sierra Leoneans, probably majority of Sierra Leoneans, they don't even understand what's in patriotism. Everybody, you ask every Sierra Leonean, are you patriotic? He will tell you, say, yeah. Every Sierra Leonean will tell you that. But when you try for ask a little bit more, try for determine whether the person is patriotic, you will surprise for find out say they not even know what's patriotism. We are not. And this is the problem. Any country where you know they express or actively profess patriotism, that country did not go before because patriotism is the foundation of progress. Now, if the SLPP don't take away from 1 point something billion to 3.1 to 3.5 billion in debt, then they still left about 2 more years, 2.5 years more. That's so. Now in the SLPP still get for rule. How I read and this guy, the secretary to the president, Keketoma Sandy. You see, Keketoma Sandy in na being diaspora. He been there na UK. I don't know how long he did na UK, but I believe say he did na UK and he understand the British uh, way of politics and how the British they do for make sure say Britain go before. Anybody waiting at the diaspora, especially an advanced world, I'm not talking about like Guinea, Liberia, Gambia, Senegal, West Africa, we almost not the same thing like Sierra Leone. I'm talking about an advanced society like the United States, Europe, China, um, those area. You live there for a very long time, and you go to salon, you're not able for make any difference. It's a shame. Then this I they see Kagatoma Sandy send out a Facebook post, and you they see the proud when he send this. Within he say this night breaking news. IMF don't express confidence on the government of President Mada Bio. IMF don't express confidence on the government of President Mada Bio, and then don't uh, try for approve another, I think 70 something or 50 something million dollars to the government. I read the post, I shake my head. I say, hey God. And this is a guy who has been in the diaspora for many years. And now he is so proud because Sierra Leone is still swimming in debt. This is the problem about African politicians. And it also tap into the slave mentality where Africans then get. I don't think say with few with few. Let me see this guy is. I don't know why he's calling me, but anyway, with few Sierra Leoneans, I'm talking about politicians, maybe 2, 3, 4, even 5%. If I want for be conservative, 5%. We they frown on this type of mentality. You become proud because the IMF give you loan. You not become proud because you don't establish a resilient local economy where you able to make the people then go able to manage this economy even if there is no external loan, the economy is stabilized and everything. go move forward. Keketoma Sande was a diaspora. He lived in the diaspora for many years in Britain. I think now that he's secretary to the office of the president. I don't know what's in a young position actually. And he's so proud, even to the extent when he writes the post, you see the smile emoji, all those type of thing. Proud. IMF still get confidence with Madabio in government. So if somebody we don't live in the diaspora for a very long time, we know waiting. Well, I don't know whether he know, because not everybody we live in the diaspora actually even they follow politics. A lot of people that way they live in the diaspora, all what they care about when time can then grab in the morning, then go knock the 8 hours, then come back and cancel them. That's all. Some of them are 16 hours. Okay. So not so everybody will live in the diaspora actually they follow how advanced society they develop. People like we so we actually um obsessively they follow the waiting the United States they do for make the United States move forward and all this power where the United States gets how they come about this. Okay. So if somebody would don't live in the diaspora, they behave so, they think so, and is so proud because Sierra Leone is still swimming in debt. So what about the people that within the country we impoverished, we they don't get nothing within they eat, and they don't know exactly what's in the thing. This is the problem. This is really the problem we'll get now Sierra Leone. This is the problem because we not believe say we politicians and not believe say they're able to do things by themselves. They don't believe that at all. They believe same. The only way we will be able to go before for progress is through somebody else pushing us, giving us food for it, giving us fish for it. This is why in every election, the best argument way the politicians then get, then go tell you same, oh, I mean, are the only person where the international community trust. Okay, they read that's why so many times. And this is not only about the SLPP. This is across the board. Okay, this is across the board. You get people that we believe saying good leadership is dependent on how much the international community they give you loan. Okay, that's good leadership. And Sierra Leoneans need for begin for open the eye. And I don't tell you now, Gigi's no $3,600 each Sierra Leonean. The bet right now we don't get. Okay. So if we not go able for open we eye and see and try for find a way how we go able for build or rebuild with local economy, there is not going to be a progress if a country does not have a resilient local economy. The people that will study economics then will tell you that saying the insulation of a country or the stability of a country depend on the local economy, not to external forces at all. Just imagine by 2015, Sierra Leone indebted very, very small. Only private debt now will be get, and maybe few other outside countries like Saudi Arabia or China or somewhere. But that debt is very, very small. So it means we cannot stand up if somebody not give it tick for all. And we are talking about independence. Now December, we don't soon. By April, we all they go gather all over the world. We they go gather, we say we celebrate independence. and you look at the importance of independence, is it about celebration? No, it's never about celebration. About allowing you for make you able for stand by yourself and move forward by yourself without somebody is holding your hand or pushing you. Now, in the independence way, we forefathers that them they fought for. And we have to be sincere here. The generation after Papa them, we great Papa them like Sam Milton, my guy, then get good intention. True. Okay? But the execution or the implementation is very, very weak and corrupt. Whenever they talk about Sierra Leoneans moving forward, one of the things where I always they emphasize for saying Nina the foundation. And I don't talk this through me episodes say what they do on international geopolitics, and I don't talk this in many forums, and I don't talk this so many times in this program for say if we really, really want to go before, the first thing what we need for cure, the attitude and mental retardation. Them poison we mentality so much that we don't believe what is real. Forget about the degree the way we all get. You go get Sierra Leone and get a PhD like me, so you get people then get masters, you get people then get other different discipline. Education is an enhancement to your natural instinct. It's not a replacement of your natural instinct. It's an enhancement. It enhances you, the way you see things and the way you behave. That is education. That's the purpose of education. Okay? If you go to school, you've been believed, say, the moon get light, maybe then get electricity, or people then at the moon, where they supply with the light, what would they see? Education will be able for refine for you what type of light they see. So it makes you a better person for think better. So it's just an enhancement. It's not a replacement. Attitude is everything in life. So the first thing what we need for do, we need for change with attitude. And I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about every Sierra Leonean. Because we look for bash politicians like me, so I always look for bash politicians. I'm a pseudo politician because I not actually hold a national position yet, so I call myself a pseudo politician. Okay, but the reality is, politicians exist. Politicians do things because we allow them for do things. Politicians are corrupt because we allow them for make them become corrupt. Okay? If we not allow them, we the citizens will not allow the politicians to become corrupt, then that politician is not going to be able to survive in politics. They're not going to be able. Because the citizens always hold them politicians and they're accountable. But I tell you one thing. Now the SLPP is in power. This debt, this information where I just put so, a lot of SLPP then they try for discard them, say, but forget about this. You know why? Because they are in power. To them, it's all about individualism. Okay? And when a society always they think individually, then it's not a society. It's a bunch of people living in a society. You have to think collectively in order for you to become a society. It just feels like a football, soccer team. You get 11 players. Why then call them a team? Now, because then they work together. Okay? And they work together. But when you get 11 players, everybody, they play the way they like, then it's no longer a team. It's a bunch of people wearing the same uniform, but are not actually a team. So take this analogy and apply them to a society or a community. A community now, a group of people, mostly with different thinking, different way of doing things, but share the same common objectives and culture. If we Sierra Leoneans know the whole will lead us then accountable, but we always ask for perfection, but we know they hold them accountable, there is not going to be any perfection. Everybody where they come, in a kind of you get then candy, you put a bunch of children in a room, very hungry, then you take a lot of candy and just throw, or few candy and just throw it inside the room. All you see is chaos, individual picking, and they try for get what they're able to forget for it. This is actually how Sierra Leone is. And the pathetic parts too, you get few people within we society where get the courage to come out and stand up and talk the truth, even if that truth they affects their own personal interests. Then they. Because in any society, you get the good one, you get the bad one there. So you know they just take a single brush and paint everybody the same way. No, you get them. But unfortunately, there are very few. Or if them boku, the one that will get the mind for stand up and say something, irrespective of what's not the consequence, they're very few. But here is the most sorrowful part of it. With all these things, what would they see so? You get certain people that way they discourage them kind of courageous people that they. Oh man, you get to be careful, oh, because this is not your party. Okay. Then why are they inside a party? Why? If I'm not able to hold me party accountable for do the right thing for the sake of the people, then you don't need for them any political party. Because a political, what's not the purpose of a political party? For good thief? Because one person you believe say now you brother this, where a thief they pinch small and give. Huh? Is that? So this is the problem that we need to solve. If we're able to solve this problem, then probably we'll be able to start the train again and begin to move forward. Hold you people them accountable. If they do bad, tell them. You know, there's no need right now for even for take arms. We already don't get the weapons then. Social media is the most devastating weapon. Okay? You mouth for talk the truth. Now, an effective weapon for change politicians them. Don't not go take gun for go begin kill person. That's very, very awful. Talk. Talk. Be courageous. You know, they always use you social or you mouth your social media for bash on the other side. Then what you been the criticize the other side when they need a power. When una kind of power, then they do the same thing. But now, because now they not power, they try for defend that behavior. There, it's hypocrisy. How on earth the SL people in the camp, just so they can't tell me same, oh, Dr. Mankota, don't worry about this debt or whatever. But in 2007, 2008, up to the time when we left power, una still the tout, una they blame we for saying, well, una not been left debt again. Now we don't put 1 point something billion dollar debt again at the coffer. And now we don't can put nearly 2 billions in 7 years. We are not even done with our 2 times it. It's really bad. It's really bad. But there are so many things we need to do as citizens. In order for you for able to change somebody, you need to change yourself first. If you not change, then I don't think so you're able to change somebody. Not cover up for you politician. If you do bad, tell them. First, tell her in private. If you're not listening, come out in public and say that. Like the way me they do. And they call me leaders and tell them, say, hey, I don't think so this whole thing they do is not the correct thing. And I will tell you one thing, most of the time, they know they listen. Then when people then they see me at the camera door and talk with I get for talk, oh, Dr. Mankota, you they criticize your party. Yeah, they criticize my party because my party, I expect them to do better. If they do better, I mean, the first person way they defend them. Everybody know. Everybody know. But when they continue to do the same mistakes, if not mistake, well, not a mistake again, because the definition of mistake is you do something unintentionally. You don't know. But when you know for say what you do the wrong thing, but you continue for that, it's no longer a mistake. It's a deliberate act. Okay? If you do it the first time, we will take and say a mistake. But you do it the second time, not a mistake again. Especially when people don't come out and tell you, say, oh, this is wrong. But you still continue for doing it. You say, no, it's not a mistake. Those are the type of people we were able to change that country there. If our GDP is consumed about 80% is from debt, then actually how much GDP will get? How much? Less than 2 billion. We actual GDP is less than 2 billion. With all the resources they will get from that country there. All the resources. Chromite, bauxite, iron ore, gold, diamond, lithium, a lot of other minerals, the way they not even discover it. Gas. And with GDP, it's less than 2 billion. The rest, when I say GDP, I'm talking about the actual GDP is less than 2 billion, because if the 4 point something billion GDP annually, 80% of it is na debt. Ah, boy, we laugh, but it's very serious. It's really, really serious. And if we will not be careful, Sierra Leone is going to collapse. And when Sierra Leone collapse, not only blame the politician, blame yourself too, because your attitude contributed towards the collapse of your country. You're too greedy, too selfish. You're too selfish. One of the things we would pray God for, let God give we leaders them way patriotic, sacrificial, leaders them way actually come with them, what they call generational thinkers. Generational thinkers, Now leaders them way they not they only think about themselves or today, they think about 10, 15, 20 years ahead, waiting and waiting if I put in place for make sure say the next 10 years the trajectory is going to continue for progress. Those are the type of leaders that we want from Africa right now. Like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Those are young leaders there. But look at the way that they do. Burkina Faso will not even agree for no external company no they can make their own rules. What did they do? Then get the money where they're able to get them. First of all, then nationalize some of the resources, the natural resources, because like Niger, they sell their resources like $1 to France. And France they say, oh, then glad then get luck. France take this and then go sell them for $50, $60. And they buy $1, then go sell them for $60. This is the reason why you see France is so desperate for make sure say these guys must go. And they're not going to stop. The good news no more is like Burkina Faso, the people, the young one that they don't realize for say all these manipulative tactics way the West they tell we, they don't realize say those are all manipulation for just continue for suck up their resources. So then they protect them. Then they protect Ibrahim Traore. If Ibrahim Traore na Saloon ide like them forbidden knock and door. Now we self they sell them. Sierra Leonean na they sell them. I know that. Not tell me saying a lie. I know that. Just look at what's in the happen. Some of who will not like Madabio, would they write letters them to the international community for say make them not give Salon money? Would they lobby for say you know for give Salon money? So we don't get patriotic people class alone. We like patriotism very, very, very badly. We like patriotism. So you see, we need for change with attitude. If we change with attitude, we're able to force leaders for change their own behavior. But when a leader thief money, because now my brother, I mean, the first person way they go to public and try for defend them, cause people the way they try for attack them or criticize them. Even though I know say yes, that man they what he do, he call people. And they go because he's my brother. Even sometimes if he not give me money, most of the SLPP they will right now way they defend Madabi also. Some of them are not even benefit to him. Now just because affiliation, now we own party. The one the way they benefit, they're small. But affiliation syndrome, you know, you feel good because you partied in the power. They go to defend everything. So attitude is everything what we need for change first. And how we will change this, I discussed this now the TPN forum recently. The educational system needs to change. I know say the curriculum right now where they go with Nasalo, it's too bad, but it not aligned with interest at all. And that's very, very unfortunate because you they look at waiting at the interests of the country, then you set up your curriculum for meet those interests, for able for align with those interests. What do they do? Today, Sierra Leoneans then get more lawyers than doctors them. Today, Sierra Leoneans then get more lawyers than engineers them. Well, I don't think say we even get scientists because there is nothing to research on. We'll not get the institutions for research. And how you go able for go before if you not get research center where government supposed for sponsor. These are some of they're supposed to be the priority for the government, research and development. Which research center where you think say we get Masalon right now? We get one at the call and clinic. I don't know if they don't look at now, but that Kenema, that Kenema Hospital, where then they research on typhoid and some of the other diseases. Them. That's not our own research center. Those are private hospital. And the unfortunate part is, we not they even try for monitor what them people they do under. We don't know what they did to the people there because some of them research center you get for trial on people. Waiting at the mechanism for make sure same. Then trial yeah, what then they do, they hurt the people there. Innocent people there for that matter. Why you think say in the 80s, 90s, some of who will be the grow up? I don't say typhoid not been there. I don't say it not been there at all. But today, 80% of the people that will live in a salon, when they go in the hospital, then they go test them. The first diagnosis is typhoid. How comes? How comes? Does the government care? Why all of a sudden typhoid is the number one? Typhoid and malaria, okay. We know say we get a lot of mosquitoes. But typhoid? Typhoid? We not been get that too many typhoid patients in the country until that research center or clinic or hospital, whatever you call them, the kind of that country there, and you can for can research on typhoid. And you will get Sierra Leoneans where they defend that place there. Either them people then they work, then they benefit they not even give a damn. Quite recently, there was a warning from Russia. And I'm just telling you this, it's all tied to this type of money. What would just because we depend on people for give things, for do things for we. If Sierra Leone get bauxite, iron ore, chromite, lithium, diamond, gold, and a lot of other resources, why do we have to borrow $3.1 billion? Why do we have to borrow that money? Why do we GDP supposed for the debt supposed for consumes 80% of GDP? Because we don't depend on everything from outside for making them feed we. We are so lazy that we're not able to sit down as a society and say, okay, let's look at agriculture. I think that they do a little bit better on the agriculture side now, because I think say they don't try for stabilize the rice price. So that's good news for that. Okay, but it's still too high even because Sierra Leone is a fertile land. The land is very very fertile, so we not even need for import rice. Until recently, even Yabas will be the imports. I think say we still import Yabas. So coming back to what I've been trying to talk about a few months ago, Russia won Africa for say Africa is now becoming the test ground. Well, not to now. It has always been the test ground for bad biological weapons. In Ukraine, in the east part of Ukraine, there were labs where them they research on biological weapon, where then they call genetically modified viruses. Within that mean genetically modified viruses. These are the viruses where they affect one race but not the other. Okay, they affect one race but not the other. So when Russia attacked Ukraine, that side in, all those labs, all those viruses were actually taken, evacuated, and according to Russia, and sent to Africa. And now they have been doing that, the testing, the trial, the research, and everything. Would I expect that they get for test? If it's in Europeans and they test, then get for good test in Africa? No. We brothers and sisters in Africa and then they get for good test. Few years back, I've been get a program here when I hear they say Bill Gates was trying to create what we call genetically modified insect. Insect. Genetically modified insect. And I want for say when the human trial time come, now Africa then they go do them. Yes, then they do it right on Africa. And how these insects, genetically modified insects, they work? Then get some chemical where then they use, then they inject it into the mosquito for fuse the sperm. And not only fuse the sperm, but if this mosquito bet or gets intercourse with another a male or female mosquito, that mosquito they also in sperm they fuse, so they're not go able born. Now you go sit down and say, okay, wait a minute. If this is happening in a mosquito, you know, things say it happen to human beings. If that mosquito they bet you, it diffuses your sperm. If you have any intercourse with your wife or your girlfriend or whoever, it diffuses them sperm. You know what that means? There is a word where people like Bill Gates, I mean, they try for tell we. We are, if it's a be the one, um, put on at the comment section. Put them. And they give you 5 minutes, then I will give you the word. This again for do with, let's say the population is too many in the world. So they have to find a way for reduced population. They have to find a way for reduced population. And these are the people that are saying that they have developed this genetically modified medication, insect, and they are now taking it to Africa for good do testing. And you know, any of we leaders then cough. Some of them they embrace them. Some of them they even lobby for make them go get and go to their own country. Attitude is everything. See, attitude is everything. Greedy, not a cause for Africa. Selfishness, not a cause for Africa. This is not the kill with. The deterioration, the stagnation, the retrogression, all over the city this so now because of greed and selfishness. Yeah, I they see projections, the World Bank, they project, other international institutions like WHO, they project for saying by the year 2050, Africa could be the largest people, and then get the largest population by 2050. Well, the projection are already then they go, and there are people we want for reduce the population because to them, not to everybody actually should live. and they get the money, and then get the power. Who say you think say that they then we go start? At the poorest nations, at the poorest side of the world, Africa. Well, maybe una don't put, but then call that eugenics. Okay, it's called eugenics. Eugenics now kind of a concept where certain people believe say not to every race is necessary to live. Some of the race are some kind of an impediment to a human being. Okay, and therefore there is need for reduced population, because the more population we get, the more poverty, the more disease, the more other bad things. So then just want a very small group of people, probably within a preferred race, for be the people that will get the right for live in this earth. Well, a lot of people then think say the next war, especially when it comes to resources, against Africa, because it's very clear for say if there's going to be another war, it's going to be a war of resources. Yes, the other wars, the way past the First World War, Second World War, it's a war of ego and power. And most of the First World War, Second World War, not so even World War, they were European wars, European civil wars. Yes, then touch some part of the other part of the world, like North Africa, some, but because why then touch them here and there? That because during the day, Europe actually colonized those areas. That's why, if Europe not being colonized Africa, First World War, Second World War, not, especially Second World War, enough for being rich Africa. So that war was called European War. It wasn't a world war. But you see, the thing here is there is this perception when they implant into we. A small group of countries, when they don't decide, that means the world don't decide. And this is based on the power we then get, the money, the influence. To be honest with you, there are up to 20, 30 countries out of the 200 countries of the world. If there are 20 or 30 countries that then decide something, that's not the entire world. So then they class them. Now a world decision. What about the 200, 100 and something, 170, 165? They no matter. So you see, we have to change our attitude if we really want to move forward as a society. And the last word I talk before I go to the comment, I will tell you now this with certainty. Remember, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Okay? Africa will never develop with the same makeup. Africa need for come back and merge. If we not come as a single entity. Right now, you get about 55 countries in Africa. 55 countries. Each and every one of them, they're not able to do better by themselves. And that was the intention of the colonial masters. That makes sense. Look at Senegal and Gambia. Look at Senegal and Gambia. Gambia is inside Senegal, literally in the middle of Senegal. You know, they expect, say, a country within a country, always there is always going to be a problem. This is why you see the war in Casamas. It don't pass how many years. Then the first day, a lot of you know they just kind of the news no more. Just imagine. So you say Africa need for come together as a unit. Let's start with what we call a confederation. Well, probably we don't get a confederation already. We call an AU, the African Union. Now, it's some kind of useless um, entity. It's another tool for the colonial masters because the colonial masters now they actually they pay the African Union. So we have to change that. The person way now the last hope in this generation, we been really one for bring that to reality. Let we get if we're not able to get a federation, at least we get a confederation. We they use the same currency, we they use the same military. Let's start with that. Let's get an African Union military. Well, in West Africa, we get what we call ECOMOG, managed by ECOWAS. But guess what? ECOWAS is a useless colonial modern tool. You wanna know what happened about a week or two ago? Now, Benin, literally, Macron, the president of France, when he say in puppet is about to be overthrown, he literally take the phone and call Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, and say, hey, I dey send you for make you go stop that coup because me own puppet is about to be overthrown. I no go want for make another puppet overthrown by the military. Tinubu say, yes, sir, my master. Within 1 hour, Nigerian jet, together with France jet there, then they na the sky. France, in order for make France get a cover-up or a hidden, you know what he do? He intentionally go na the internet, na the social media, intentionally go reveal say he don't talk to Tinubu for making them work together for put down the coup. You know why Emmanuel Macron do this? They did that during the time of the slave trade. They did that. This is one of the tactics. This is one of the usual tactics. Okay, you blame the victims because you know say if na France jet no more been there under, the backlash will be very, very high. So he used Africans, in this case, Nigeria, with that old guy, for cover up, for say, oh, yeah, this is not to France, what they call. Actually, the jet they actually all been the bomb Benin, not to Nigerian jet they no more. France jet they also they've been a bomb Benin. But the Nigerian they would the no more. I say the Nigerian jet them. So ECOWAS is useless. It's a tool. We all know that. So where do we begin with all this attitude? Somebody go tell you, say, go kill your daddy for me. And you say, yes, sir, they go kill me, daddy. You take money, you go kill your daddy for him. And after you don't kill your daddy, you take the property where your daddy left for you, you take him, you say, no. Anyway. Let me go to the comments. I don't talk for exactly 1 hour, 4 minutes, so that's good. So I was able for done quick today. Let's start with Mayata Masakoi. He said Madabio did fulfill not his promise he to give to us in 2018 campaign. Mayata, can you refine this because I'm a little bit confused here. Refine or repost this. All right, let's move on to Fode Mansari. Fode Mansari said this current administration have failed was in all aspects about governance. One of the things we are, that make I really want the SLPP for make them come and tell me back, because I remember during the time when we kind of power, and I mean they told, oh, now una corrupt, look what una don't put, we been left with nothing, no debts not been there, una don't go put $1 billion debt na for 10 years, $1 billion. 7 years and don't put 2 point something billion already. So we want the SLPP for can tell we say, oh, now a good thing. Tell we back. Let's see how now they talk on both sides of the map. Now tell we back. All right. For the Mansare say, what all he campaign against he is doing them now, which is ironical to the people, citizens, Sierra Leone, sorry. Okay. Lamin Danke, how are you, bro? You lost a little bit. He said that foolishly educated politicians don't useless with country and citizen. I agree with you. I agree with you. You see, it's an irony. Let me give you the irony here. Okay, politicians they way go school, most of them, if not all of them, they go school. Okay, they're supposed to be the guidance for the people them back home. Salon. I'm talking about politicians the way right now, they're in a salon. And also the one the way they outside or the one the way in a salon. They're supposed to be the protectors of the people and the country. But guess what? Now the same politicians and then they use the ignorance of the people for try for separate them, divide them, and rule. Continue for do what then they do. Now, the Sierra Leoneans, the way they outside of Sierra Leone, supposed to be guidance for the people the way they back home. Because then they look up to it, because at least Alec, you can have blind, you go don't get the experience of the West. So then they rely on we for make we go for go do some changes in the country. Now we are the same people the way they divide the people the way they back home for continue for get chaos. So you see how we get a problem as a country, as a society, we get a problem. And when you talk you get people the way they attack you. So you are right, my brother. All right, for the Mansare say Sierra Leone lack leadership, doctor. We not get leader aids. We get politicians, but we not get leader. We get politicians, we get bosses. Because there's a difference between a boss and a leader. Anyway, you don't need for even agree with me. Just look at their behavior. When they're in the position of leadership, they become bossy, then they do not know what they want. So we not get leader, we get bosses and politicians then, unfortunately. All right, Lamin Danke say, we are going to suffer for putting poor people in position for trust. That is why we are asking people in APC to give a man like Jagaban, the flag bearer of APC in extension, the president of Sierra Leone, come 2028. Oh, finally, so you don't endorse. So I don't know who that they vote for. I don't know who that they vote for. You don't endorse. All right, wow. Replying to Lamin Danke, no come out here with your nonsense. William Ansari say the latest 66 years, the lasted 66 years, we don't have leaders but rulers. Boots leaking to the west. Yeah. William Ansari say party. Now one problem alone. Michael Goka say replying to Lamin Danke. Lamin Danke, seriously? Jagaban? Lamin Danke don't also don't sabi who that they support. For the Mansari say, many lawyers in our country corruption is in charge. When we get more lawyers than all discipline, then that tells you how backward Sierra Leone is. Ah, everybody in a lawyer, a salon. So I don't know. I wish everybody in a engineer in a salon, or everybody in a doctor, or everybody in a other discipline way much more important. No, no, don't get me wrong, because a lot of problem they happen, so you need lawyers then. But that's too many lawyers. Why people are so much focused on law? Is it because it's much more easier than engineering or computer science or medical degree? I don't know, but I'm just curious why everybody is a lawyer. When a lawyer, they wanna tell me about which actually why everybody is a lawyer. Or is it because Sierra Leone is so much corrupt, so they need more lawyers? I don't know. Lamidan Kese, reply to Michael Coker. So unfortunate of you. Now they don't bring out the love affairs now. Lamidan Kese, I'm not moved with MAs or PhDs politicians in Sierra Leone because they are they are they are there to impoverish the people rather than to improve or to impress their living standard. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. You know, the unfortunate part is in Sierra Leone, you don't know the differences between a PhD holder and a farmer who no go school at all. Except that the only difference is that the other one he gets a paper, the other one not get a paper, but the attitude are the same. Like I said earlier, education is not about replacement; it's about enhancement. Okay, it doesn't matter if you get 10 PhDs. If your attitude doesn't change to reflect what you go learn, doesn't make any difference. Think better. That distinguish you from somebody where no go school. But not think worst. So I don't know. Okay, Michael Coker. Season greetings to all TPN viewers, including my best friend Lamin Danke. Lamin Danke, I don't know you and Michael Coker. I get for put satellites for I get for tap on our phone. Tell like say when I get too much close, well, always the facts. But that's good anyway. When APC and SLPP they work together, I'm so happy with that. It's good. I think saying that the so far now the comments where I don't get so far. Michael Coker, even you try for ignore the topic here. What do you think about the 3.1 billion um, debt we will get right now? What do you think about that? If you not believe me, just go and Google how much Sierra Leone owe right now. They will give you by 2024 was 3.1 billion. So in any case, what do you think? Do you think say na a bad thing or na a good thing for you? And if na bad thing, so all the halahala way we have been the halahala about uh, Anes Kuma putting $1 billion na the debt is just nonsense, right? I go wait for you for make your answer. And this, I not see Momo for for some time now. Is Momo for okay? I hope say you're okay, my brother. I hope say they do well. I hope say they come and tell you say, oh, the SLP they don't mess up. 80% of with GDP now on debt. All right. I don't know what thing they go on with now. Anyway, Michael Coker, they still wait for you. I really want for a hearing from you. What in a young take? Because una been the attack wheel, una will not been left nothing uh, will not been left no debt to be done clear. Some people that they even say Sierra Leone was debt free. That was not actually true, but nah. See, I know that. I know that. We've not been left 1.8 billion, or whatever. I know that. I know that. Say you go point to the APC back now because the APC not been they do good according to the people now that make them vote when I in 2018. What you they do right now? Now Donald Trump they do. When things go right, he say na in. When he go back, he look back to when he go bad, he look back to him predecessor. He say na Biden. I am like they do so. All right. Musa Conte say Maada Bio never had the desire or intention to work for the development of Sierra Leone. Maada's first utterances in a public forum was to notify Sierra Leoneans that African leaders don't fulfill their promises, and he has been following through on that. Let me continue reading him. And he has been following through on that notion. SLPP is inherently have retrogressive and provincialized thinkers, the worst citizen to lead a nation. Okay. APC na corrupt una sabi na im make una wan kill for power. The only person wey don kill for power so far na Madabio. Madabio don overthrown 2 terms. He's so thirst for power. Even in best friend, he overthrown am. They overthrown the APC. Then give am deputy chair. He not satisfied. He overthrown in friend again for become the chair of the NPRC. So no talk, bra, no talk. We get history. Lami Danke say SLPP government don't put Mike Pan shame due to corruption, hosting drug lord, visas ban, human rights violation, and so on. And for the Mansare say those diaspora and politicians are the most stupid people in Sierra Leone. Yeah. Well, not only stupid, because stupidity just means you don't know you don't know what you do. We are so reprehensible, disgusted. I'm talking about the diaspora because we know what we do. We know what we do. But here is the thing, though. I don't know. After the war, culture in Sierra Leone actually disappear. We don't get cultural ethics in Sierra Leone any longer. Because the time some of we been they grow up in Sierra Leone. I don't say people that they cause na treat so people then they cause. But you know, you see an entire group of people that then they celebrate cause publicly. That's not something we up till now not able to wrap around the mystery. We they celebrate people the way they cause in the street. It's sad. We dey win back, ma. Michael Coker. If you see blind man say it dey stone you, you don't mask the stone. But this time around, they cut him foot. Now we see the stone under. This time around, they cut the foot by God's power. All right. Well, we don't do 1 hour 20 minutes. I go make a 1 hour 30 minutes. The next 10 minutes, well, even less than that. If I don't get anything else for say, then I will just close the, the program. But so far, um, each and every Sierra Leonean now an ambassador. Okay. Sierra Leoneans supposed to be an ambassador for the Masare say Jagaban did not give any good policy yet. Lamin Nanki already don't endorse Jagaban for being the best person for lead Sierra Leone. He don't endorse Jagaban already. Is Jagaban the best person for lead Sierra Leone? I don't know. Just like waiting for the Masare say, we not see any policy yet where Jagaban don't put together. We not see any policy where any of the one the way they run where they don't put together. We know about Richard Conte because he don't run this now the second time. Actually, now the third time this. So we know a little bit about Dr. Ibrahim Bangura will not see any policy. Jagaban will not see any policy now. So boku spending. In the 21st century, money is very important, but we need policy. Because at the end of the day, you are actually leading a people. And leadership is not about money. Leadership is about the ability to change the trajectory to a better way, a better path. So, in as much as some of you right now don't begin from endorse this or endorse that, when I get the right for endorse anybody who know want for endorse. I get that right there. But let's slow down and try like what me they do right now. You know what they do right now? And they look at most of the one the way they run at the APC side. I don't say the SLPP. I don't say nobody for run for the SLPP yet. But now the APC side, well, I take it back. As I say, one of the people that way been the bit gone, now the SLPP, now Ali Kabab. I don't get that Ali Kabab in profile. I don't put her aside. So I just the wait. Make them say pip, then we'll begin for release them. But inside the APC, most of the one the way they run, I get their own profile. People like Kelfara Mara, Sam Sumana, Petito, Richard Conte, what that again? Where I sabi them profile. Then they only two now I'm not able to forget them profile. It's from the one the way they run. Well, people like this young man, what's my name? The Minister of Youth, Mahmoud Bangura. You know, I know say anyway. Now a very good thing when young man they run, or at least they motivate other people them. I don't know whether they get for succeed or now a way for make build up in profile when any person will succeed, it will consider them, but I don't know. But I not get much of in profile and I not focus on them more. But the two people that want not get them profile it to the extent I get a little bit of Jagaban in profile, but I not get the details of in profile yet. I not get nothing with Dr. Bangura, Dr. Ibrahim Bangura. In fact, the last time we Ibrahim Bangura came to America, somebody actually connect me and him, and it been promised before he go for get a conversation with me. He did not do that. Maybe he was so busy. But besides that, I will at the time try to gather some information about Dr. Abraham Bangura, and let me see whether now the kind people their way would need in that country today. Okay. Jagaban, I get a little bit of in profile, but I not get the details yet. So I want more details about Jagaban. Okay. You get money, but leadership is not about money. Leadership is about the ability. It's not about money. We don't see millionaires the way their kind of power become the worst leaders them. They get money. Well, I know they tell you, Michael Coker, can you tell me one leader way in a billionaire where a kind of power he is worst? Michael Coker, they wait for you. So leadership is not about money. This is the problem where people then get because of the ignorance and impoverished nature within a salon. When somebody can begin to spend money, they say, oh, this is not the best person. Well, that money where that person they spend, not for saying now other people then get more. Now in your money, so now investment. Okay, now investment. You one time say if you can have power, the first way they do not for pulling money, right? Forget you because and then they go spend $1, $2, $3, $4 million. Why can't have power? I know they pull me money. So the people of Sierra Leone, in as much as money is important, make them look at the character of the person. Then careful look at the character of the person. Yeah. Michael Coker say DT. Well, and they just they call the salon name. Now in name David Toure. And David Toure, you're right. David Toure, na billionaire. He kind of power. We see what thing they go on. We are not calling them. Okay. Yeah, let me come back to let me be serious anyway. You see, what I want for let the people then do, the people then need for not only focus about money, because time and time again we don't see people that wait and they can run for power, then they spend a lot of money, but when they get the power, they focus on looting the coffer for make them able for come back replace the money where they spend. At the end of the day, una way feel say where somebody get money, now you know the best person for rule, una get surprised. What I want the Sierra Leonean people therefore look at the character of the person, in mental status, the ability for look at things in a more reasonable and logical way, and in patriotism. Therefore, things here now are supposed to look per a candidate. Is the person patriotic? The character, well, the character gets so many subcategories. Is he a liar? Is he deceptive? Is he selfish? Is he greedy? Is he reliable? So money is good. Money is good. But it's not the best to become leader. I just want to throw it out there. Let una know until una start for what they think this way, we're not going able to go before, because every season, every political season, you must get people that will get more money for spending for convince una. And we waiting at the diaspora, like waiting for the Mansari said. Wetin are we your responsibility for move salon further? Wetin are we your responsibility for educate with people then? We don't need for give money to people then. We just need for give them the knowledge for make them able for do things for themselves, for make them able for think for themselves. Then everything will be okay. Okay. Let me start with it. We'll start with it. I think we're there. Michael Koga says Jagaban is not a presidential material. As they say, the stone where you take care, you know what's in a take care? Now in the foundation of the house. So not discard Jagabano. For the Masai say government need to suspend the law faculty for 10 years. I agree with you. We don't get too many lawyers, brah. All right. Michael Coker say Jagaban can't even speak correct English. That's what English people then they eat to na money. Freddie Masai say Lamin Danke na SLPP. Uh-oh. That's not accusation. Oh. Lamin Danke say policies are not the problem. So what's not the problem? You mean for Jagaban? What's not the problem? Na money? Replying to Lamin Danke, Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year to you and your family, my friend. Yeah, love is in the air. Lamin Danke say, you see the man bringing buses and ferries for students on pro bono basis. Is that not a policy? No, is that no, to be honest with you, it's not that's not policy. Jagaban could do the same thing without running for president. He could do that. He got the money. He don't need for run for president for bring them in and day. And this is the problem we probably listen. Jagaban is one of the people that we right now he clean. That's one of the things we I like about him. Nobody not get well, I not sabi too much. So I not talk too much later. When I go on add something, I can't take back what you are saying. But so far, I don't think say Jagaban well, I know see Jagaban not ever hold any public position. So if he is corrupt, we don't know. Okay, we don't know. And he is spending money because he get the money for spend. But like I said, money is not the issue here. Jagaban were able for bring bus for free. Jagaban were able for bring ferry for free. Okay, they get the money for do them. Well, not to Jagaban no more get money for do them. There are other people that way get money, they know they do them. If Jagaban could have done this before he even think of running, Jagaban could have been the favorite. But a lot of people that they look at now say, it's all about politics. Politics don't just know. That doesn't mean actually it's true, but the stigma already done the day for say, well, then they only can spend now when they want power. And that's true. All right, Michael Cook said that is Jagaban. He will recover all his money in 6 months. Not for recovering money and in a problem. The problem is we want somebody we get the ability, because leadership, especially in Africa, you get for be a stubborn person. You know they forget nothing. You know soft-hearted because now they take for corrupt you. All right, Lamin Danke say Dr. Mankota Jagabani is a different individual because he is humble and patriotic. Let's try him for 64 years. Let's try him for 64 years, bringing broke people to power, no developments for the people. Yeah, but this is not the way we. I'm not saying we should not try Jaga, but I want to make very clear because my purpose in this chair is for educate. Okay, so whether they say something, not necessarily means I hate somebody. In that make I just they try for the other perspective so that people then go able for think wider. So it's very important for America we get this in mind. Being a millionaire doesn't make you a good leader, and this is very important. One of the mistakes that what people and they do always either because of the poverty we then get when somebody can begin give them rest, they say that the best person is that rest when they give you get for no say you don't sell you power to this person for the next 5 years. So in as much as giving money is good, people need for no say that money where they give you, that person get the power for take that money they 30, 50, 1,000 times from your own pocket. Not for judicial way earlier today where I'd been a do me monologue. I try for calculate the debt they we don't get how much each and every one of we they pay. $3,600. I not eat, I not drink. But as a Sierra Leonean, yeah, I'm liable for that money. You see? So let us understand. And without them, the people that we supposed to teach, we people them back home. Now me and you way the outside of the country. If we they fall into this kind of trap, then how you they go blame Sierra Leoneans the way they inside the country for say now the people that are them vote this bad corrupt leader because you fail for do your homework for educate the people there. In as much as we get with personal affiliations and interests in politics, we should also bear in mind that at the end of everything, when the storm comes down, it's about the country. Okay? Yes, indeed, Jagaban is a very fine man, but in money does not translate to good leadership yet. I just want to make that. All right, Michael Cook say, I will ask DT David True investigate his home care business. He is probably a crook. Whether Jagaban in home care, I don't think Jagaban a crook person. All right, well, I think say it's time. I don't put even 8 minutes out of the 10 minutes where I be make. I don't put 8 minutes. So well, I just want for telling you plenty. Thank you for kind of the program and I wish you this is the last yeah, this is the last one until um Christmas. So I wish everybody happy Christmas. Stay safe and enjoy with your family and the protection of God will be with we all. And I dey see una back maybe Christmas Day. I go Tuesday is the 23rd. Wednesday, Thursday is Christmas. Okay, I dey see if I'm not busy, maybe I go do some mock up during Christmas just for fun and see how they do things. Okay, but happy Christmas to everybody, and let's prepare for the next year so that we will change ourselves and try for help the country go before because it's very important. If we're not able for help Sierra Leone, then who is going to help? Nobody. And if nobody know they help Sierra Leone, you know what's in that? Rather than they can't pretend for help with the vultures. The vultures are then they can't forget help with. All right. Good night.